Is your pessary slipping out, causing discomfort, pain all the time, irritation and discharge, or just not feeling right? Then it's time to fix it, because a pessary may not be the most comfortable thing during insertion and removal, but you should never be in constant pain or have constant bleeding or discharge or irritation. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Nabila Noor, a board-certified and fellowship-trained urogynecologist and a pelvic reconstructive surgeon. Welcome back to the channel. In this channel, we talk about everything pelvic health. We have created a global pelvic health community, and it's a safe space where we can talk about women's pelvic health issues without any shame, without any embarrassment. The goal is to learn about our body, learn about our health conditions, so we can make the best decision for ourselves and our family. So if you're new to the channel and like what you see, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and do share these videos with other women and even men in your lives, because there's so much that we need to know and learn about women's pelvic health. And it's not just a women's issues, because these pelvic health conditions, if not treated correctly, can affect relationships, intimacies, and our whole social structure can crumble. So don't keep this channel a secret. Do your due diligence and spread the word to as many people in your lives. Trust me, they'll be grateful. So for the last few episodes, we've been talking a lot about pessaries, what they are, who is it for, how to insert them properly, how to take them out properly. So if you haven't checked those videos out already, I will add the link in the description here. Do check them out because you will find so much value from them. So in today's video, we're going to talk about some pessary problems. What do I mean by that? One of the most common complaints that I hear from my patients with pessary is that, Dr. Noor, it's hurting, or Dr. Noor, it's not feeling comfortable, or I can feel it when I'm walking or moving or exercising. And majority of the times when this happens, or this is their complaint, it's because the pessary isn't fitted correctly. Maybe it's too big. If it's coming out, maybe it's too small. If they're having a lot of irritation, a lot of pain and bleeding, maybe it's not inserted correctly. So those are the things we're going to discuss today. Let's start with a patient story. So I recently saw a patient who came to my office after getting fitted for a pessary, and she was convinced that something is wrong. Because she kept saying that I cannot sit, I cannot walk without being in pain all the time. She was convinced that she has something morbid like cancer. Turns out it was her pessary, which was just a little too big for her. So once we resized her, voila, pain gone, discomfort gone. She could walk again, move again, sit again. She was so grateful. I often tell my patients, think of a pessary like a tampon. If fitted correctly and if it's the right size, you shouldn't remember that there's something in there all the time. If you're noticing it with walking, with movement, with any kind of position changes, or even sitting down and laying down, chances are you need a different pessary. So let's talk about what are some signs that your pessary is too big. Number 1, pain or pressure. Number 2, feel it constantly when you're walking, when you're moving, when you're sitting, when you're laying down. Number 3, you have a lot of pain and discomfort with insertion and removal. Number 4, vaginal irritation and bleeding with insertion and taking out that is more than just a few drops. And finally, number 5, difficulty urinating or emptying your bladder or even with bowel movements. So how do you fix it? Chances are you need a smaller pessary, because when a pessary is fitted right, it should be big enough that it takes care of your problem, but not so big that it rubs against your vaginal walls and causes discomfort. Sometimes, especially on my postmenopausal women who may have a very thin vaginal tissue to begin with, using some vaginal estrogen cream can help improve the texture of the tissue so that it's not causing a lot of irritation or bleeding or ulcerations. Sometimes you may need a different type of pessary. For many patients, one of the most common choice is a ring pessary with support, but maybe you need a different shape of pessary. But there are also other kinds of pessaries like Gellhorn pessaries, cube pessaries, donut pessaries, depending on the kind of condition you have, the kind of prolapse you have, the severity of your prolapse. Your urogynecologist may often recommend different types or different sizes of pessaries. Next, let's talk about what are some signs that your pessary is too small. Number 1, it slips out easily. Number 2, you're constantly feeling it's moving around. Number 3, even though you have the pessary, you still feel that bulge or something protruding from the vagina. Number 4, even though you have a pessary in, you're still leaking and it's not helping your urinary symptoms. And finally, number 5, you feel like you're constantly having to push the pessary back in. especially after a bowel movement or after going to the bathroom. So what is the solution? Chances are you need to get a bigger size so it can be fitted properly and it can take care of your condition without causing too much discomfort. Also, switching the type of pessary. If you're somebody who has pelvic organ prolapse as well as incontinence, you may need special kind of pessary to help address both your symptoms. So getting advice from your urogynecologist can be really helpful here. The next segment, we're going to talk about how do you know it is the wrong kind of pessary. Number one, when you're resting or laying down or sitting down, everything is fine, but as soon as you get up or start moving or walking, it falls right out. Number two, it's helping your pelvic organ prolapse symptoms, but not doing anything for your leakage of urine. Number three, it's helping you with your leakage of urine, but it's not really taking care of your prolapse as much as you had hoped for. Number four, you feel it's there all the time. When you're walking, moving, jumping, it's just not comfortable. So what's the solution here? Well, know that there are different kinds of pessaries for different conditions. Incontinence pessaries are meant for patients who are having bladder leaks, whereas other kinds of pessaries are used for pelvic organ prolapse. Now, sometimes when patients have both, we have to determine which pessary may be the right size, which pessary may be the right fit for you, which pessary may be the right choice for you. Similarly, patients with early stage prolapse like stage 1 and 2 versus patients with more advanced stage prolapse like stage 3 and 4 may need different kinds of pessary to help with their symptoms. Again, these are conversations to have with your urogynecologist, and sometimes when I have patients coming to see me, we try a few different shapes, we try a few different sizes to come up with the pessary that's best fits your particular needs. So remember, it's not one size fits all. There are different reasons why we choose different pessaries. So what are some warning signs to look out for? Number one, excessive vaginal discharge or vaginal bleeding. Now, pessaries do increase your vaginal discharge, but it should be a little bit of a heavier amount of your natural discharge. But if the discharge is foul smelling, greenish in color, you're constantly feeling like you're burning or itching and there's blood involved as well, that's a sign you need to go see a physician, and if needed, do appropriate vaginal testing to make sure there's no vaginal infections going on. And anytime you notice these symptoms when you're removing the pessary, again, time to go check, time to go see a physician. A lot of the times when I have patients coming to my office and I remove their pessary, I always do a vaginal exam with a speculum to take a look at the vaginal walls, make sure there's no area that looks ulcerated, there's no area that's bleeding. If the discharge is foul smelling or it feels abnormal to me, I always do a vaginal swab or a vaginal culture. And sometimes we can even give patients a pessary break. And what that means is that we keep the pessary out for maybe a couple of weeks, use some vaginal estrogen cream to make sure the vaginal walls are healing properly. And then once the vaginal walls healed and some of that discharge is improved, the vaginal bleeding is improved, that is when we can reinsert the pessary back. Another red flag symptoms is pain during sex, pain with intimacy. Now, if you're somebody who's managing your pessary yourself, meaning you remove it and you insert it by yourself, but you're having difficulty, but you're having pain and discomfort with intimacy even after removal of the pessary, chances are your vaginal tissue is very irritated, maybe there's some ulcerations, maybe the tissue is very thin, you could have an infection, or maybe your pelvic floor muscles are very tight. That's another reason to call your doctor so that they can get you the help you need. Now, make sure you are removing the pessary before intimacy, because if you're not, that could be the problem why you're having so much pain. So in general, I recommend my patients to remove the pessary for intimacy. So unless your doctor told you you could keep the pessary in, better to remove it for comfort. So to summarize, when should you call your doctor? If you're bleeding, having pain all the time, vaginal irritation, increased vaginal discharge or foul-smelling discharge. You cannot remove the pessary. The pessary keeps falling out all the time. Your comfort and your safety is our priority. So if there's any questions or concern, always better to call your doctor and if needed, be evaluated so they can get you the right help. Hope you found this video helpful and now you've learned all about pessaries. If you haven't checked out some of the other videos about pessary, do check them out. This is one of the most high-yield topics that I talk about. It's one of the most asked about on all my social media platforms, and I just revealed all the secrets that I talk to my patients about. So go through the videos, make sure to see the videos to its completion because I promise you, you're going to learn so much. Next week, I'll be back again with another educational video about your pelvic health. So till then, stay well, stay healthy. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Share these videos with others in your life, and I will see you soon. Bye.